Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Monday, August 15th, 2022. I'm Jeremy Crosby. Hope you had a wonderful day, a great weekend, a nice day today, and a nice week in store for the weather. Although chances of rain return for the weekend, but we won't talk about that. We'll just talk about the good weather that's tonight. And that gave way to concerts at McKee going on right now if you're tuning in at the 6 o'clock hour, just getting underway down at McKee Farms Park. So you can get down there and check out concerts, final concerts happening tonight. So we'll bring you some of that coverage back here tomorrow, certainly for that. We got a great show coming up for you today. It's all back to school themed today. We'll be checking in and replaying a discussion that we had with Department of Trade Consumer Protection and talking about the student loan debt and forbearance. This ends this August 31st, and it's been extended quite a bit. This is to repay back loans. So some people might not have paid back any loans before, and there's classes coming up as well, or a class coming up for Department of Trade Consumer Protection this week as well. So we wanted to get you that, replay that for you. We had it on Friday's show, but bringing it back today. Plus, we're continuing our Back to School series today with Tiffany Schultz, Better Business Bureau. We're talking about back to school shopping as we get you ready to get back to school for sure. But first, let's get to the headlines, and we start with a class for you first-time home buyers. Check this out. It is called the Free HUD-Approved Home Buyer Education Class. It's going to be awesome. And it says, are you looking to learn more about what it takes to buy a home? Well, then this is all for you. The HUD-Approved and Free Home Buyers Education Class is from 5 to 8:30. Thursdays, August 18th and 25th at the Fitchburg Public Library Conference Room. Excuse me, here in Fitchburg. There'll be Spanish interpretation for this class as well. You do need to register, though, by today. So if you're going to be in part of this class, you do need to register by today. And it says, note, this month's class is offered in 2 sessions. You must attend both sessions to complete the class. By registering for this class, you understand that you must attend both sessions. All right, talk about road construction and traffic changes here. We'll start with County Highway MM and McCoy Road intersection had a traffic shift. You heard about this last Friday. We told you about this, but this is your reminder. That County Highway MM McCoy Road intersection will now be switched to an always stop conditions, and it started on the 12th. So you are stopping on all directions. The intersection will remain under this traffic control configuration until the traffic signal equipment is installed later this fall. Bryan Road closure to tell you about as well started today. It goes through August 19th. This is replacing a failing culvert. The road will be completely blocked immediately adjacent to the project, with partial road closures at Kane Road and South Sain Road to allow residents access to their homes. Closure will let you know when this closure ends. We're not anticipating any delays because of the weather, as we're looking for good week weather here in the city of Fitchburg. Turning our attention to some safety tips. First one, if you find a tick on you, what do? Well, if you have a tick attached to your skin, use a clean pair of fine-tipped tweezers to remove it. After removing it, clean the bite area and get rid of the tick. Call your doctor if you develop a rash or fever within several weeks of removing the tick. And this summer, stay and fight the bite this summer and stay healthy. And you can learn more about Fight the Bite at Department of Health Services Wisconsin's website. We'll share the link where we got this story so you can check it out and learn more. And another safety tip for you is emergency contact information. Do you have that in your vehicle? It's pretty cool. Including emergency contact information in your glove box near your insurance and registration card is very helpful when police, fire, and EMS arrive at a crash. If you are transported to a hospital by ambulance, this information is important if you are unable to answer questions. It's like File of Life. Having that at your home, you have this in your vehicle. It's a good idea. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up next, we open up our digest, talking about Department of Trade Consumer Protection about student loans. Next, right here on TF.
Considerando el número de desastres naturales que ocurren en los Estados Unidos, es probable que en la próxima década todas las regiones tengan que lidiar con alguna clase de emergencia. Entre la escuela, los deportes y la vida social, es probable que cuando suceda usted no esté con sus hijos. ¿Saben ellos qué hacer? Listo.gov/niños tiene información y herramientas educativas para facilitar esta conversación. Cuando llegue el momento, se sentirán preparados y no asustados. Así que hable con su familia hoy mismo.
Así que no le cuento todo y sobre de encajar, siento como que me va a decir que es una ridiculez.
Puedo entender eso completamente.
I'm going through life alone.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps.
Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
Ready! We don't have time for spills.
Next. We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joined me from Department of Ag Trade Consumer Protection is Lara. I always want to say it the other way, but you'd think I would get it right after all this time. Either way, she is here, and we're going to be talking about the student loan debt. And first and foremost, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
Thank you for keep coming back and putting up with me each and every month. I appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about student loan debt and forbearance ends August 31st. I had to ask you how to say it because I want to say it wrong. Probably still said it wrong, but tell us about this.
You said it perfectly, and I enjoyed coming back each and every month for the record. So student loan forbearance is really important that people need to understand what's going on right now. So the federal government has put into forbearance federal student loans, and they've been doing it for quite some time now. They did it during COVID, and they keep extending the deadline. And what that means is when a loan is in forbearance, it's not accruing interest, and the student borrower doesn't have to pay. That forbearance is going to get lifted on September 1st. So the last day of forbearance will be August 31st, and folks will have to start paying back their loans, their federal loans, on September 1st. This is important because there's a lot of people who have not ever paid their loans because they took them out during COVID. And the entire time they've had them have been in a pendency of forbearance. So what that means is it might creep up on some people. They haven't budgeted to have a $200, $300, $400 loan payment every month. So really important that people understand what repayment plan they need to be in, what forgiveness plans they may qualify for, and understand the limited waiver for loan forgiveness that many people qualify for public loans, public service loan forgiveness. So what I want to tell folks most importantly is that there's a workshop that the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection is putting on with the Wisconsin Department of Financial Institutions. And this workshop is going to be on August 16th over the noon hour. Really great opportunity because this workshop will talk about a couple things. First, it will talk about how to pay back your loans and what some of these repayment tool programs look like and which ones you should be thinking about enrolling in if you're not already. It will also really explain some of the scams that we're seeing out there, because as many of us know, there's $1.4 trillion in student loan debt. There's a lot of people looking to pay back their loans, which means there are a lot of scammers out there trying to convince you that they have the easiest, simplest way to pay them back, and they're looking to steal your money and your identity. So this workshop is going to talk about some of those latest scams and how to avoid them, and how to get in the correct payment plan. And then the third thing the workshop is going to talk about is a tool called Savvy. It's a corporation that is partnered with the Department of Financial Institutions and has built a Wisconsin student loan repayment tool. And this repayment tool is helpful to navigating this landscape, to helping you understand which repayment plan you should be in, whether or not you qualify for public loans forgiveness or other types of plans. And it saves on average $156 a month for those who participate, and $28,000 overall of lifetime savings. So there's a real advantage to using this tool. The Department of Financial Institutions is partnering with Savvy, and the tool is free to Wisconsinites for a year. So really encourage you to visit our website and figure out how you can sign up for this workshop and learn about this tool, about scams, and about how to get your loans paid back.
Yeah, and I hadn't even considered the fact that a lot of people, new college students took on loans and never had a chance to even learn the process of paying it back. Don't even know what to expect on all of this. And then when you throw in the Savvy tool, it almost sounds like too good to be true, but it's coming directly from the source, coming from our financial institute and DATCP being on board, a great partnership there. But when it comes to student loan debt and stuff, what does DATCP see the most of when it comes to those scams, the type of scams, and why, just basically trying to identify why this class is going to be so important as these loan payers are paying back and making sure they aren't getting scammed and are doing the right thing, whether they're starting up again or for the first time.
Great question. So what happens is students obviously pay their loan back. Student borrowers pay their loans back on a monthly basis. And a lot of these debt consolidation companies, student loan debt consolidation companies, will tell you that if you pay them an upfront fee, they can do a number of things. They can pay your loans off for you, and you don't have to worry your pretty little head about how to do it. That they have a relationship with the federal government that you don't have, and they can get benefits that you can't get. Or that they can get your loans paid off all, in one fell swoop, or some variation on these themes. So a couple things you should know. You shouldn't pay an upfront fee for someone to help you with your student loans. If someone is helping you, they have to help you prior to charging you an upfront fee. So that's really important. It's illegal to charge upfront fees on debt consolidation in the state of Wisconsin. The other thing you should know is virtually everything these companies are offering to do for you can be done for free. The federal government can tell you how to get into one of these programs. You can go to the Department of Education and learn there. There's any number of nonprofits that offer assistance in navigating this space. So paying someone for what you can get for free is usually problematic. So you should be very clear that you're paying for something that you can get for free. And claims of government partnerships to lend authenticity is often a sign of a red flag. Now, of course, we are partnering with a company, so it doesn't mean it can't happen, but it often means that they're trying to convince you that they have something that nobody else has. And what that means for you is that you need to do your research. You need to make sure it's a legitimate company. You need to make sure it's a legitimate program. And you can do that by calling the BBB, calling the Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection to see if there's any complaints against the company, doing a little research yourself, getting in your search engine, searching the name for the company within scam or complaint, seeing if there's anything there. Or you can visit us at this workshop and we can tell you about where you can get trusted information when you do this, because here's the deal. It's this can be very complicating, and there's a lot of money at stake. And so understanding what you're doing and understanding you're getting information from sources that you can trust is going to be imperative when you go to pay off your loans. And after listening to me, if you think you've already been defrauded, if you think maybe you did fall for one of these debt consolidation companies that actually isn't doing anything for you, file a complaint with our office. You can visit our website at datcp.wi.gov. You can also call our hotline for information on that, 1-800-422-7128. But definitely let us know. And the other thing that I'll just posit here for folks is that Wisconsin has a student loan hotline that is set up with Ascendium and the Wisconsin Coalition on Student Debt. And that number is 833-589-0750. It's a great resource for student borrowers. You can talk one-on-one with somebody about your student debt, about your situation, and they can help you navigate this space. So a lot of good free resources on our website at this workshop that we really encourage people to take advantage of.
Laura, you are awesome. This is great information. I hope a lot of people tune in for this. We got to talk about getting this on Fact TV Live. I'll talk to you after about this, but we'll help promote the event. And of course, thank you for all your help on all of this and navigating this complicated space for sure. We appreciate your time and we'll look forward to having you next month.
My pleasure. Thanks, Jeremy.
You bet. Check out DATCP's website for more information and get signed up again for that free event, how to avoid scams and free repayment tools and save money. It's a free event on August 16th. It's a webinar, so you'll be able to tune in for that. We'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So. I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining today from the Better Business Bureau right here in southern Wisconsin, our friend Tiffany Schultz. Tiffany, welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
I'm great, getting ready for back to school.
Yeah, you've already informed me that you already did your back to school shopping. Meanwhile, this guy is hoping his wife did the back to school shopping, but if she didn't, okay, I will go and do it as well. But it is back to school, and we're probably going to hear, go early, but we'll talk about that tip when we get there. But back to school stuff has changed a lot over the years, and especially with the pandemic, there's been some significant changes on supplies that you need and everything else. But overall, there are still some great things that you can do to stay ahead of the game and be ready, so you're not like this guy who didn't do the back to school shopping yet and might not be able to get everything that the daughter needs for first grade.
That is my first tip, to shop early. Supply chain problems are still out there. We're talking about supply chain issues, possibly for the electronic items that your child may need, not the markers and the crayons. There's plenty of those. If you have an elementary school student, you're probably okay going a week before school starts, and even the day before, if that's what you do. But if you are shopping for those bigger ticket items, you're going to want to shop early. You're going to want to plan ahead in case you can't get exactly what your child needs.
I see too that the spending, you're saying back to school spending for a household, they could expect to spend upwards of $864. And then the college student, I expect it to be high, but dang.
The National Retail Federation has released those numbers that consumers are not pulling back on back to school shopping. They are cutting in other areas, but they are still moving full-fledged ahead with back to school shopping. And these numbers are not adjusted for inflation. So we're going to be seeing families spend probably upwards of those numbers. And when you think about it, what really drives those numbers, especially in the elementary school age, high school kids needing those electronic devices. A laptop alone can cost $800 and some dollars. So families are spending, and they're spending a lot to get their kids back into the classroom.
Absolutely. And there's been plenty of budget cuts and everything else out there. So if things get tighter and things get more expensive, it puts a strain on everybody. So be prepared for that, certainly, as you're going through this. But this goes into the next tip here is when doing your research. And we talk about this on so many different levels, but when it really comes to those big ticket items, you really want to do your homework.
Research. Again, with those big ticket items, you're going to want to shop around. Who has the best deal? Compare warranties, compare sales, compare the product itself. If one product offers a 1-year warranty, but one offers a 3-year warranty, or maybe you have the opportunity to upgrade your warranty, you're going to want to know that up front. And if the deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If you're looking at an $800 laptop and somebody is offering it for half price, you want to question why. Why are they offering it that? Is it because it's a scam? Is it because it's a refurbished model? Really read that fine print to find out what you're buying, because a laptop is likely going to take your child through their middle and high school years, like 5, 7, 9 years. So you're going to have that for a long time. You want to buy a good product, but you don't want to break the bank.
Yeah, absolutely. Next one, and again, I think really has been pushed with the pandemic, is upgrading your internet. And we probably wouldn't have talked about that, as much, but now with so many things being done at home, that is a must when you're talking even back to school.
People are working from home. College students who are heading back to class, if they're not living in the dorm, are they living at home? Are they having online classes? You have to take that all into account. Jeremy, before we came on today, I told my son, you cannot use the internet right now because I'm going to be doing a TV interview. So it's very important that you get the speeds that you need, especially if you do share your household with multiple people who are working from home and doing school from home.
Yeah, it's so important. And that's not just calling the company too. You can check on your routers. You can check on a whole bunch of different things. So definitely do some research in that area as well. Asking for discounts. That's an interesting one here, but definitely there are some discounts to be had out there.
While you're out shopping, there are discounts, possibly at retailers that don't offer discounts. If you have a .edu email address, you sometimes can get a discount, sometimes with a student ID. And one of the things that I do when I'm out shopping in a retail store and I find something I want to buy is go online. Are there online coupons available? Can I sign up for a promotional email to get a discount? That 15, 20, sometimes even 30% will save you some money when you're shopping, especially if you're spending these dollars, like $800 some dollars to send your child back to school. Every dollar adds up.
Definitely does. Another way to save some dollars is buying in bulk. Like 300 boxes of Kleenex.
How many times have we gotten the list from the elementary schools and they need all these paper products, paper plates, paper towels, hand sanitizer. Those things can be purchased in bulk at our neighborhood club and split with other parents. And you can really save some money if you get a pool of parents who are willing to go in and buy in bulk and split the order.
Yeah, that's big these days, especially. There's plenty of bulk stores in our area that have those different products that could help save you some dollars for sure. And finally, if you're shopping online, which we know a lot of people are going to be doing that again this year, it's still a great time to consider some of that online safety stuff as well. And well, of course, back to school, there's going to be ads that are going to try to trick you a little bit too.
When we're browsing online, there's all kinds of ads that hit us, and they're called clickbait. Some of them are legitimate retailers that want you to buy their product, that are advertising because you have searched a product that's similar. And other ones are scammers that are out there, and they want to drive you to a fake website that may look real, but it's not. So before you shop online, you want to make sure that you're shopping a legitimate website. I always like to head to familiar websites that I know and that I've ordered from in the past. But if it is an unfamiliar website, you want to order from them, there's some things that you can keep in mind. First of all, you want to check for a lock symbol up in the website address bar. Does the URL start with an HTTP or an HTTPS? That S is going to stand for secure. Look at the website. Is it free and clear of spelling errors and grammatical errors? A professional website will always be free and clear of errors. Look for contact information. It should have an address, a phone number, an email address. Google the address. Where does it go? Call the phone number. Does somebody answer it, or does it go to a dead line? And finally, read that privacy policy. What is the company doing with your personal information?
Yeah, and again, you think, well, I know that. Well, people are still getting scammed out of those things over and over and over again. So you gotta take it serious for sure and do some of your homework. All right, well, I am sure you're filled with a whole bunch of other tips out there. And if people want to learn more about any of the stuff we talked about today or this week, how can they learn more?
Head on over to bbb.org.
All right, Tiffany, thank you so much. Great information as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Tiffany Schultz, Better Business Bureau. Like I said, check out the website, bbb.org, for the latest and greatest on information, not just scams. They got back to school tips too. Just saying. All right, we'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Pittsburgh.
Como padre, todos los días son un desafío. Y hay que estar ahí presentes. No importa lo cansado que uno esté, hay que estar ahí presentes para ellos. Cuando los niños aprenden algo nuevo, es ese momento mágico y especial. Y creo que presenciar ese momento es mi favorito.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year. And lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region, too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for the day. I want to thank our guest, Tiffany Schultz from the Better Business Bureau, helping us out all month long with back to school good tips, safety tips, and more. Plus, our friends from Department of Trade Consumer Protection talking about student loans. Check their website for the class happening this week. As we wrap up, remember you can stay connected by looking here. Yes, we've got you covered on all fronts for how you can watch Fact TV. Plus, staying connected with Fact TV is so easy. And you all have a great night.